let me introduce our dear speaker. It's Ияд Йогар, Chairman of the International Circassian Council, United States, New Jersey. So, dear Iyad, the floor is yours.
Good morning from New York, everyone. I would like to thank you for invitation to this conference. I am honored to welcome all participants and attendees. Russia's war against Chechnya that lasted from November 1994 to August 1996 was intended to take freedom from the Chechen nation of 1 million people. It caused the death of more than 150,000 people, the destruction of Chechnya, the exodus of more than 500,000 Chechens who live today throughout the world away from their homeland, under the threat of losing their national identity. I would like to mention that Yuri Kalmykov, a Circassian from the North Caucasus, was one of the first few people in the Circassian territories who opposed strongly to the Russian war against Chechnya. And unfortunately, he lost his life under very strange circumstances. Yuri Kalmykov was a scholar who was a statesman who put a proposal together to build economy and statehood for the nations of the Caucasus, Circassia in particular, and throughout the Caucasus. And of course, the Russians didn't like that, and he lost his life because of his work and vision for the Caucasus nation. Today, as the North Caucasus nations, today, we look at the continuing Russian aggression and occupation against our nations, Circassia, Chechnya, Ingushetia, and Dagestan. We focus on the future of our nations to be free and independent, to join other nations in Europe and in the world in our pursuit of a civilized existence away from radicalism as we seek freedom and democracy to our nations. We founded in Europe a few months ago, about a year ago, the North Caucasus Nations Committee. This is all based on Prime Minister Ahmed Zakayev's vision, dedicated work, and commitment to freedom and to unity and the future of the North Caucasus nations. Since then until now, our slogan had become unite and be free. And as we see in our history that lack of unity is what caused the North Caucasus to fall under the Russian aggression and occupation that lasted for hundreds of years. And today, as we see that we do have the ability to unite, we do have the ability to have a good leadership in Europe and activism in the United States, we think that our future is completely dependent on our ability to unite in the pursuit of the interest and freedom of our nations. Serving as the elected chairman of the North Caucasus Committee, I am committed to the goals and objectives set forth by our organization, keeping in mind that unity is essential to our path into the future. I would like to remind the civilized world in Europe and in the United States the strategic importance of the North Caucasus that is of equal importance also to the struggle and the interest of the West and the United States in Ukraine. The world is standing with Ukraine, defending against Russia's war and aggression. Similar consideration should be given sometime soon to help the North Caucasus nations to unite also and oppose the Russian occupation and the Russian aggression and create the North Caucasus as a federation of nations, Circassia, Ingushetia, Chechnya, and Dagestan, to be able to develop their own existence as a civilized nation, protecting the interest of the world and our interest and the interest of our nations in the Black Sea region and the stability of the Black Sea region in the near future. I would like to emphasize also that Ukraine recognition of the Circassian genocide, which is something that we are waiting for, is of a great important step to show the world that justice and freedom must be the hallmark of our region around the Black Sea. And if we can achieve this, if we are able to create our free North Caucasus nations, and Ukraine is victorious and independent in the war, and other regions around the Black Sea are all united in the pursuit of freedom and liberty and cooperating with each other, then that's the only guarantee that we will have into the future, that Russian aggression in the future will not stand against any of our nations. Finally, I ask my brothers and sisters, especially in Chechnya and in Circassia and in Gushitia and in Dagestan, both the ones who live in our region, in our motherlands, and the one who are in diaspora, that this is the time to put all differences aside. This is the time to remember the aggression of the Russians against Chechnya in the war that caused the destruction of Chechnya and the killing of 150,000 people. If we remember those things, then our duty and our obligation to prevent something like this from happening to us in the future by the same aggressor. The only way for us to achieve this, to be able to build into the future in peace, democracy, and freedom, is to be united. The only way for us to achieve the goals of our nations that we have been struggling for the past 2 centuries, almost 2 centuries, is to be united and to have the same vision of the future of democracy, freedom, and civilization in our communities inside and outside the North Caucasus, cooperating with our nations of the Caucasus like Georgia and other nations in order to achieve a strong unity that is based on good relations with Europe and the United States and the civilized world in order to achieve our objectives. So I will leave you with my final words. That is the slogan of our North Caucasus Nations Committee, Unite and Be Free. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Iyad. Appreciate very much. Maybe Ahmed will tell you a couple of words.
You said everything. Thank you, dear brother. Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate what you have done for us, for all Caucasian people. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My thanks to you, Prime Minister. You are the one who put the strategy together, put the thinking together, and made it happen. And of course, we are all honored to be part of this, and we will do all we can, as much as we can, as long as we are alive, to achieve the objectives that are very important to all of us and to our nations. And your leadership in the North Caucasus, your leadership and your ability to establish things in Europe are essential to our future. God bless you, and thank you so much for all the work that you have done.
Thank you, Iyad. Thank you, dear brother. Say hello to our good friends in the United States.
I will do
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for the time and for the ability and for all the work that you have been doing in order to advance our cause. We all appreciate it, and you have a high credibility level among all nations of the North Caucasus.
Thank you so much, dear Iyad. Appreciate very much your participants. Very kind of you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you.